Welcome back, everybody. This is Excel video 461, and I'm Nate Moore. Talked to a group just yesterday that said, hey, Nate, we want to optimize our patient billing staff. We want to tell them what the best thing to do next is, help them be more efficient, help them not look for things to do, but know what the next thing to do is, prioritize their work. We had all kinds of ideas that might help your practice as well when you're ready to optimize the way you collect your balances. I'd love to help you. What I want to do today is talk a bit about line charts. Classic example for line charts, I probably do this line chart for groups more than I do any other, is to compare coding. What I have here is E&M coding for established patient visits, and you can see doctors A, B, C, and D, and a specialty average. And you can see Dr. D is an outlier, at least based on this data. And a line chart is a great way to show a trend. So what I'm going to do, just for fun, let's delete this line chart and create it. I'm going to grab the data here from the Insert menu. I'm going to come here to Line Chart. I'm going to do a 2D line, and I intentionally set this up to show you a trick. This isn't what we're looking for at all, and the challenge, or the reason is that we have doctors A, B, C, and D here on the x-axis, and what we really want to see is 99, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the x-axis, and we want the doctors in the legend instead of where the codes are. There's an easy one-click way to fix that. From the Chart Tools Design tab, all you've got to do is click Switch Row and Column. And if you do that, you don't have to play around with how my data is organized to make sure I put the 9921, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here and the doctors over here in the rows or whatever. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is one-click Switch Row and Column, and it's the way you want it. That's the first trick I want to show you with line charts. Again, line charts are a great way to compare trends among providers. So what we might do is if we want to show a single trend, a line chart's a way to do it. Let me show you 3 ways to show a single trend. We'll start with a line chart. So what we can do is grab that data there. We'll go to Insert. Let's just do a regular line chart, and we can see that it's a bit plain, and we're going to talk about ways to pretty this up at the end of the Excel video. But that's one way to show a trend, is with a line chart. Second way to show a trend, you can delete this and go back to the Insert menu, or what you can do is you can click here, Chart Tools, Design, and change chart type. Instead of line, let's look at area just for a minute. I don't do area much, and let me show you why. That's what it's going to look like. Let's click OK. It just takes up an awful lot of color to not show me really any more than the line chart showed me. All it does is fill in all this area. There's uses for it. You might like that. But for me, it's an awful lot of ink. Even if you're not printing it and worried about, color ink or whatever, it's an awful lot of ink for not much information. The other way to do it is a column chart. And column is my preferred way if I've only got one series. If I only want to see one provider, I might do that. But if I have a second provider, this is A, well, let's capitalize it. This is A and this is B. And this is 120, and this is 150, and this is 130, and then 133, and 132, and 119, let's say. If I wanted to do that, and now I've got my data, what I can do, and we're going to talk more about this trick in another Excel video as well, but I'm just going to drag my range out here and do this, and then drag, whoops, come here, drag my range up here. Well, what I really want is A and B, but I'll deal with that in a minute. What I want to show you is 2 trends can be harder to see with the column chart. You can still see it, but for me, if I've got one trend, I might do a column chart. If I've got 2 trends, what I might do, let's go back to, let's click in so I get my menu again. Let's go to Design, let's go to Change Chart Type, let's go to Line, and to me, that's an easier way to say, this trend is decreasing. Well, in fact, let's just click on it for a minute. This trend is decreasing. This trend is increasing. You can see it was ahead. Now it's behind. For me, a line chart's an easier way to do it. Last trick. Let's drag this back to where we want it. Now I've just got one chart title. If I want to pretty this up for one trend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to Style. And I've got a bunch of styles. I can do this. I can do this. This, as we scroll around through here, you could, to me that's way too much color. There's a bunch of things you can do here. The reason I clicked a bunch of them, watch, if you want to look at several of them and then go back, let's click one more just for fun. you can always undo your way back. And for each one you clicked on, Excel is going to save it there, so you can undo your way back and say, I like that one, or I like that one, or whatever. And it's easy to undo your way back, add a little style to what might look like a plain line chart. That's what I want to talk about with line charts today. Stay tuned. We'll talk about pie charts in the next Excel video. Thanks for watching.